So even though I have not had a late payment in over 3 years, y'all, my credit score is still not gotten higher than a 765. Hey everybody, I'm Tasha with the Major Change Group, and today I want to talk about increasing our credit score. Let me know in the comments, are you trying to increase your credit score fast? Let's say you're trying to open up some new credit cards, maybe you're trying to get an auto loan, or maybe even get a new house. This is going to be the best way for you to increase your credit score fast. Let's get into it. So our credit score has 5 components, and we have our payment history, our credit utilization, our length of credit, our new credit, and our credit mix. And it's always good to pull your credit reports, and you can pull your credit report free on the annualcreditreport.com. But what I like to do is I like to pull my credit report from Experian, and really you can pull it from Experian, Equifax, or TransUnion, and they're going to have a lot of information on there. But for myself, I usually always go onto the Experian site, and a lot of your credit card companies and banks, they even have it to where you can check your credit score, because I know for sure with the American Express, they actually use Experian, and Chase uses Experian. But with American Express, when you go on to check your credit score, they actually use a score ingredient. And I like to use a score ingredient because it gives you so much information, because it really breaks it down to let you know, okay, how are you doing on each of the 5 components? So when I go over to the Experian site, some of the times you can pull all 3 of your credit scores, but usually you have to pay for that. And so sometimes what I'll do is I'll do a trial and I'll get all 3 of my credit scores. But this time I didn't do that. I just pulled my 1 credit score. And so this is for Experian. But what you can do is when you go onto the site, you can check out the score ingredient. And what it does is it takes you through each of the 5 parts of the credit score. So you have your payment history. And so you can see here, it'll tell you, okay, how are you doing? So for my payment history, I'm only doing good. But for my credit utilization, I'm doing exceptional. For my length of credit, I'm doing exceptional. For new credit, I'm doing very good. And for my credit mix, I'm doing very good. And so really what's impacting my credit score is my payment history and my inquiries. Because you know how when you be applying for credit, but I want to say I only have 2 inquiries on my credit report. And so it's just saying it is very good. But if you want to increase your credit score fast, the best way to do that is through your credit utilization. And with our credit utilization, you really can take a look at it per card or for your overall. And I did a video on this and I will link it here, but you'll have to check that video out and you'll have to let me know. But really what you're trying to see is, what is your credit utilization? So let's say if you have a $10,000 available credit and you owe $5,000, then that means that you have 50% utilization. And so really what they usually will say is, if you want to have good utilization, you really want to be 30% or lower. But really, if you're trying to have really good utilization, when you go onto the Experian site, it says that you really want to have 7% or less, and that's going to be a high achiever. And so that's why I really like to go on to the Experian site, because it gives you a lot of information. Because I think that the quickest way to increase your credit score is by tackling your credit utilization, because our credit utilization is 30% of our credit score, and then our payment history is 35% of our credit score. So really that's 65% of our credit score. But see, the thing is, if you get a late payment on your credit report, it's really going to knock your credit score down, and then it's going to take a longer period of time for you to end up getting, better payment history compared to if you have high credit utilization. So let's say if you have 50% credit utilization, if you can get that down really within 30 days, you can increase your credit score pretty quickly, because every month your credit card company is going to be reporting, how you're doing on your credit utilization. So let's say if you have 50% credit utilization 1 month, but then if you can get that down, let's say 30%, 20%, or even better, 7%, then you will be able to increase your credit score pretty fast. So I think if we tackle our credit utilization, that is the quickest way to be able to increase our credit score. And not only that, let's say if you're trying to do a credit line increase or you want to get those high credit limits, if we have high utilization, then most of the time banks are not going to want to give us more, credit, or even give us high credit limits or even approve us for those credit cards. So that's why I think that it's best to tackle our credit utilization. Now, the thing is, we still want to have good payment history, but sometimes things happen. But the thing is, you really want to try to, make it to where you don't have any late payments. But I really feel if you can tackle your credit utilization, then that's going to be the quickest way for you to increase your credit score. And so for me, since I have late payments on my credit report, and you can see that my payment history was only good, but since my credit utilization is very good, well, excellent, that's why my credit score is, higher. But I think if I didn't have those late payments on my credit report, I probably would be, I think I probably would be probably like 850. I'll probably be like 800, So I'm just like, I can't wait until those late payments fall off of my credit report, even though I haven't had a late payment on my credit report in over 3 years. You can see here that my credit score is a 765, and you can see here that my payment history is only good. And then I have late payments. So it says I have 5 30-day plus late payments, 4 over 60 days. And so it says the time since most recent late payment was 3 years and 6 months. So even though I have not had a late payment in over 3 years, y'all, my credit score is still not gotten higher than a 765. And so that's what I'm saying. Compared to tackling your credit utilization, your score can go up pretty quick. But see, with the payment history, it just takes a little bit longer. Even though I do feel like, probably after a year, I saw my credit score go up. But it's just taking a little bit longer. And so you'll have to let me know in the comments, do you have any late payments on your credit score? And then how has that impacted you? But you'll have to let me know in the comments, if you ever got a late payment on your credit, how long did it take for you to increase your credit score, and how many points did it deduct? My credit score was maybe a 681, if I'm not making a mistake, 3 years ago. Because when it first happened, it really did impact my credit score when I first started getting those late payments on there. Because see, for me, I had co-signed on a loan, and they had ended up doing some late payments, and so that's how I ended up getting the late payments on my credit report. But now, and you can see for the past 3 years, we've been doing really good with it, and so now my credit score is up to 765. And I'm pretty happy with that. But, of course, I would like to get my credit score to, over 800. That would be great. And even close to an 850. That would be really good. But let me know in the comments, are you trying to increase your credit score fast? If you are, I really think that by tackling our credit utilization, you can definitely do that. To keep track of your monthly budget, well, check out my 2025 digital budget planner. I posted it on my Etsy shop. You can go into the description and click on the link. I hope that this video has been helpful. Please like, subscribe, share with a friend, and turn your notification bell on so you'll be notified when new content drops. I thank you so much for watching. Until next time. It's not a game.